Today, I have the honor of examining Dr. Susie's cat, who she brought in for an annual exam. And so we're going to talk to you about how, as a veterinarian, we do an exam on a cat. And so this is Bubba, and he's super excited to be here, kind of. So when we're doing exam, what we do is we want to take a look and make sure that their eyes are nice and clear, which Bubba's are, which is wonderful. We look at his nose and make sure there's no discharge. We're going to open his mouth. The easiest way to open a mouth on a cat is we come over the top of his lift his head up right behind his canine teeth, and he'll open his mouth and we can take a look inside. Doesn't really like it. Most cats don't like to have it looked at. And then we can take a look at the sides of his teeth, see if he's got any tartar. He's got a little bit of tartar starting up on his teeth, so he would definitely benefit from having his teeth cleaned. And so that right there is a little bit of tartar on his teeth. He probably has it on both sides, and we'll take a look. And he does. He's got a little bit of tartar on that side too. So he would definitely benefit from having his teeth cleaned. Then we're going to look in his ears and make sure that everything is okay in his ears. We use an otoscope, which is just a little device which helps us look down in those ear canals. And we'll take a look and make sure those ear canals are nice and clean. And Bubba, yours are spick and span, which is fantastic. Let's see, I know you have 2 ears. You have to look at both. Beautiful. The other thing I like to do is we like to look at the eyes and make sure that they're responding to light appropriately. And so cat eyes, when you shine a bright light in there, they'll get smaller just like your eyes will. And so his eyes are responding to the light appropriately, which means his retinas are working. The other thing we want to do is we feel all over his body. For any lumps or bumps, Bubba, you need to lose a little bit of weight. We'll have to have a conversation with Dr. Susie, huh? I think she might love you too much. Yeah. So we feel his belly, and we can feel a lot in the belly. We feel for lumps and bumps and things like that. Oftentimes we can feel the kidneys, which I can feel on him, which are nice and equal. I can feel his bladder. Everything feels really good. I don't feel any masses or anything like that. We also feel all of his lymph nodes, and there's lymph nodes under his chin, on his shoulders, in his inguinal area, and then behind his knees, and all of his lymph nodes are nice and small, which is fantastic. Oh, and Bubba sees his mom from afar. I know, he's coming in to look. So the other thing that we want to do is listen to his heart and lungs and make sure that all sounds great. And so when we listen to his heart, we listen all over and make sure that it sounds perfect. Bubba's heart sounds very normal. We take a heart rate as well. We look at the clock and we count how many beats per minute it is. And then we also listen to the lung fields to make sure they're nice and clear. Something that's pretty common in cats. Heart murmurs are common in cats, and also not super common, but they do exist. But the other thing that's really common is asthma. We want to make sure that the lungs sound really good, and Bubba's lungs sound perfect. So the last thing we do is we take a temperature and a weight, which we will certainly do on Bubba. We're not going to tell anybody about your weight though, okay? But he's looking really good today, and so we're going to let Dr. Susie know that Bubba has a clean bill of health.